We got a warning tonight. A former FBI director wants you to hear tonight involving something regarding sophisticated scams, and he would know because it happened to him. His warning is coming as an 80-year-old decorated war veteran from Vietnam with no prior criminal record is getting ready to go on trial for drug trafficking charges. Our J.D. Miles sat down with that man's family, who says he is innocent. This is a story that you'll only see here on CBS News Texas.
Roy Payne enjoys a walk with his wife of 50 years on what could be one of the 80-year-old's last days of freedom. This father of two with 3 grandchildren has been charged with trafficking methamphetamine after his arrest in February at DFW Airport.
Completely crazy, knowing his background, being a Vietnam vet and the life he's lived, has never been into alcohol, drugs. It's completely surprising and flabbergasting to me.
Daryl Payne says if his father is guilty of anything, it's being an unwitting victim of international scam artists who are increasingly using older Americans to smuggle drugs for them.
He gets these random phone calls from scammers. He gets messages either through Facebook or WhatsApp.
Roy Payne served in the Air Force during the Vietnam War and for 15 years after as a flight engineer. In recent years, and unknown to his family, Payne started falling for dozens of scams, asking for money in return for more money.
You know, to my knowledge, he's handed over an awful lot of money. It's very similar to the Nigerian scams.
That led to higher levels of fraud. Payne was often told he won international lotteries, and earlier this year was talked into flying to Mexico City to fill out paperwork and then traveled to Japan to collect his winnings. When he returned to the U.S. through DFW Airport, he was searched and authorities found 7 pounds of meth hidden inside his luggage.
They say, hey, look, we need you to come and validate your identity, and we're going to give you some paperwork. And then they set him up with tickets to fly to another country, as well as a luggage bag they say that they need to give to bank executives.
Payne has been charged with drug trafficking and faces up to 6.5 years in prison when he appears for trial in a Fort Worth federal courtroom on Monday.
We believe it's a life sentence. That's no place for an 80-year-old that's got pretty serious health issues.
Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE, has been aware of elderly Americans, some as old as 97, who have been caught in the middle of a program to disrupt international drug trafficking rings that was called, ironically, Operation Cocoon. Some, like 76-year-old Victor Stemberger, spent time in foreign prisons. Federal authorities flagged one-way tickets to trafficking hotspots, and Payne's family says it's likely that when he went through customs at DFW Airport, agents were ready to search and arrest him.
Is there any way your father knew he was transporting drugs?
Absolutely not. If he had any inkling that there was drugs, he would have never done it.
I was the target of an elder fraud scheme.
Just this week, former FBI Director William Webster was featured in a video warning that even he has been the target of an elderly fraud scam. So why is Roy Payne possibly going to prison for the rest of his life when his trial starts here on Monday? The U.S. Attorney's Office seems confident with their evidence that Payne knew what he was doing. The U.S. Attorney's Office looks forward to proving this case in court, was all federal prosecutors would reveal in a statement to CBS News Texas. If federal prosecutors have incriminating evidence that Payne knew he was carrying drugs, it will be a surprise to his family, which says what happened to them should serve as a cautionary tale for others.
Every day we get emails, we get texts that are all spam. And unfortunately, for our elderly folks, it's very hard to tell the difference between what's real and not real. I don't think that that's fair, and I don't think that these folks are guilty, and they don't deserve to be in jail right now.
In Fort Worth, J.D. Miles, CBS News, Texas.